Hi everyone, my name is Vladimir Borodin and I am an investment analyst at the 4IP Group in our infrastructure investment fund. So my task is to originate projects in Central Asia. And what I want to do in this video is explain why I chose 4IP, what working there is like, and what sort of separates 4IP from the rest of the private equity firms around the world. I'm going to approach answering this question in two ways. I'll give you my personal reason for why I joined 4IP, and then I'll give a more general reason why many people will find 4IP to be an attractive place to work. So first, my background is in political science and economics, and I essentially study the way that risk and capital flow across borders. But at the back of my mind, I always sort of have very simple questions like, where does electricity come from? How is it transmitted? What does it mean to keep your populace healthy? What is the radius of a hospital and how many people can actually use it? Those types of questions I get to learn about and answer at 4IP because the projects that we work on have tangible impacts. And that, for me, is thematically super interesting. So the second reason why someone would want to work at 4IP is because we have ESG, or environmental, social, and governance standards, at the core of the business. So let me give you an example. We do not invest in airports because the CO2 emissions from that might be too high. We also don't invest in highways because they might destroy natural habitats and also cause CO2 emissions. And basically, people in my generation, we grow up hearing all about the destruction of the environment and about mega projects that cost enormous sums of money and don't end up helping the people that they're designed to service. So 4IP is a really great place where we can, from the beginning, do our due diligence on the projects that we're looking at and make sure that we're not investing in those projects that are causing harm. I'm recording this in early 2021 and there's a pandemic going on, so as you could probably tell from the background behind me, I'm at the Graduate Institute of Geneva where I'm studying for my master's. So I come here often to do a lot of the work that I do for 4IP remotely. And I'd actually not really seen a huge disadvantage to working remotely, mostly because the nature of the work that the new fellows are going to be doing at 4IP is going to involve Zoom calls and other meetings with counterparties around the world. So you're most likely going to be on Zoom a lot of the time anyway. So one thing that makes 4IP so special is the amount of discretion and independence it gives to its new analysts. So I essentially have full reign over being able to structure my work stream and the strategy that I have for pursuing business development in Central Asia. And then when I give a strategy presentation during our weekly meetings, all of my colleagues give really good feedback. And actually, because of that iterative process of learning by doing and learning by sharing, I've had to change my strategy so many different times. And that's really been a very great opportunity because I have never really had so much freedom in any other internship opportunities that I've had so far. I thought that private equity would really just be about crunching the numbers and doing financial analysis, but I realized that it's actually a very relationship-driven business. And the great thing is that many of the counterparties that I speak to are actually super nice and very accommodating because a lot of us have the same goals in mind. The project sponsors, the investors, a lot of us have ESG as one of the things that we need to be thinking about. And so we're sort of working towards the same goals. And I really have just appreciated how social this internship has been because I've really not had this, I wouldn't have expected to have such a social experience in the middle of a pandemic. So thanks for listening, and I hope that I've conveyed to you why 4IP is such a great place to work for me and possibly for you in the future. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's where you can find other really great insights and investor presentations as well as webinars and many more different things. So see you next time.